What's good, everybody? Shushin here. In this video, I'll be doing another prediction video. This one after the recent character trailer called Sword and Fist. Now, they have revealed 10 new characters. Goku Ultra Instinct, Super Vegito, and other ones. I think the ones that really surprised me the most was Spovich, Jairobi, and also Anilaza. Granted, Anilaza I feel like was a character that kind of was very obvious, but it did caught me off guard there. Not that I'm complaining about. So, but I think another thing I do want to add is that they did not add characters that were already confirmed. In the Summer Game Fest demo, like for example, Dr. Gero, he was playable. He was playable. He was confirmed, but the website doesn't even show it. Not even the trailer showed them off. And the same thing like happened with like Andrew 17. Like for some reason, this guy is still not in this website. It's just super. But regardless, we know they're gonna come. They're saving it for another trailer. For obvious reasons. So without further ado, let's go. So if you know that there's some characters here that obviously were not shown in the trailers or were not shown in the demo, however, they were shown in other ways. For example, Ultimate Gohan, he was shown in like those that gallery sequence, like when they were showing off like the story mode. I would grab it, but I kind of want to see it sometime. But I did have it in my previous prediction video, so look at that one as a reference. Um, but yeah, other than that, yeah, let's actually make the count. So yeah, I did the count beforehand, and this is 23 across, and then so if we do the calculations, 23 times 4, and then plus 21, which have 113 characters. Now, again, they never explicitly stated that it's going to be 164 characters. But again, we kind of want to judge like the worst case scenario because obviously we're gonna see way more characters, like especially through DLC. But we have to come with the expectation at kind of lowballing it. So take into that account, right? That minus 164. I know it's the other way around. We should be having 51 characters left to reveal. So yeah, we are pretty close. We are pretty close, and the game doesn't come out till like 3 months from now. Yeah, 3 months and 9 days at the time of this recording. So, yeah, pretty interesting to know. So I'll discuss original Dragon Ball later. I just want to focus on kind of the big stuff. Yeah. So let's go to Frieza Saga or Namek, whatever you want to call it. We can easily just add in Frieza's other forms. I mean, it's very obvious these guys are just gonna show up eventually. Uh, Zarbon, given that he was also shown like in those the like I said in like those that gallery sequence when they're showing the story mode, he's obviously gonna show up. Also, his other form. You cannot have a game with Zarbon without the Doria. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. Obviously the missing Ginyu Force. So Goldo, Raccoon, and obviously Captain Ginyu himself. I'm just gonna focus on the big characters first. So let's go into Android Saga. We can obviously add in Cell, so Super Perfect Cell, and Perfect Cell. Should add it right here. Android 19. You know, given that Dr. Jerome is confirmed, he has to be in the game. So, I mean, we can safely say Soul Junior. We can safely say that because again, Cyberman was shown, so they kind of are like in the same kind of in a similar tier of characters. So again, it's just another no brainer. Yeah, Gohan, and then his base Gohan, and definitely Android 16. So should I put him right? Yeah, okay, put him right here. I guess I'll discuss Mecha Frieza later. So let's. Okay, now let's go to Majin Buu. So for Buu Saga, yeah, we gotta show. Actually, not that I noticed, they did not show like the other forms for like the big like Dragon Ball Z villains. I can definitely see a trailer kind of showing them off, possibly. Who knows? But it just makes too much sense for me. Yes, we got Bootangs, Buhan, and obviously Kid Buu. I'll hold off Evil Buu for later. For Restoration, we can easily see Jacko. Jacko's just a very obvious one here. Yeah, yeah, I'll discuss these guys later if I remember. Okay, Universe 6. Yeah, out of all the options here, Kaba is just very obvious. I mean, I get it. People are still like, oh, Kaba's gonna be DLC or something. I get, guys. If there again, there's a lot of characters they haven't shown. They're obviously saving that for a theme. I mean, look at this. The latest trailer. They show characters that specifically revolve around like sword attacks, like Vegito. He has like the kind of that keyblade attack he calls like Vegito sword, and characters that use their fist. They're obviously leaving that for a theme later on. Just kind of, we have to wait. There's still a lot of characters you have yet to see, you know? Especially like the fusion one right here. Like, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Just wait, you know? Just wait. So, yeah, Kaba, and, of course, yeah, Super Saiyan Kaba. Now, Super Saiyan 2? Okay, yeah, this is, this is where we get a little tricky here, but, I'll hold them up for later. Yeah, Frost is gonna show up. Frost is another easy one. The thing is, the other forms, I just don't know if they're gonna be in it, because like his full power form, I don't want to say it's impossible, but like the way I see it, right? Look at like Caulifla. She only goes to Super Saiyan 2. She doesn't have Super Saiyan. But in the anime, we do see her turning into a Super Saiyan. And like I said before, if we don't see her in her Super Saiyan, then we can expect what she did as a Super Saiyan be implemented to either of these two forms. I can see the same thing happen for like Frost's other forms, and then just implement it to just his final form. Now, if they want to just do it hypothetically speaking, if they want to do adding his other two forms, and then just put her for like all the way up to like the Universe 6 saga, and then anything that they couldn't put into one fitting, they can probably put it like full power, like, you know, because there is definitely some material they can probably pull off, like especially like the Evo Continuing Wave if they want to do that. But again, who knows? Who really knows? Because like the thing is, like, you have to take into account like Piccolo. The old Tenkaichi games, they had like two versions of Piccolo: Piccolo early and Piccolo end. So I feel like it's just smarter to do that for Frost, you know. But who really knows, right? Who really knows? Okay. Yeah, I would say that Batam and Armageddon definitely have very, very high odds of being in the game. Again, this game is clearly having an emphasis on like the primary continuity animes like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. And these two characters, they were definitely very important. Like, they're not like the obviously not hit level or anything like that, but they were still very notable enough. And they also showed up in like in terms of power. Now, the reason why, like, cause you have to look at Botamo, right? Think of it like this, right? This is a video game. Botamo, right? Think of it his gimmick, what he could provide as, you know, in the competitive scene. Like, whenever you punch him, like we saw Goku punch him, and like how like whenever he punched, it kind of like deflects back into like that recoil. Yeah, like imagine this being implemented into the game. It's very easy for them to do, because the way I see it is like for like some of the characters that obviously are like Saiyans or fusions, they more than make up in like in the abilities and gimmicks they provide. Like for example, Jairobe. We did see Jairobe in the trailer, and just look at the way they handled it. They turned him into a gag character. So, you know, not to say these guys are gag characters, but I'm just saying like what they could provide in the table is definitely there. You know, this is this can easily be applicable to the game, and just imagine how interesting it will be from like a competitive standpoint. So, also like the team attack between him and Armageddon. I mean, look. I don't know why this is not loading, but imagine how interesting that would be like. I mean, yeah, it's not like the movies aren't crazy or anything like that, but again, you just have to look at it from kind of like a gameplay perspective, you know, like what they could apply. But I would definitely say that these two characters will show up regardless. It's just kind of a no-brainer, to be honest, you know. Okay. Okay, now Champo Vados. Oh, I think that these guys, without a doubt, will show up, but it's like, who knows? Because I know the Xenoverse games they did that. These guys showed up many times, and obviously they're gods of destruction and angels respectively. They're like one of the most important roles in the Dragon Ball lore. So, I mean, let me just look at his moveset real quick. I kind of want to I just want to look at it as a reference. Like, Champa is just a... I mean, he's Beerus' brother, so, I mean, yeah, they could probably get away having this little thing. I mean, they can do that. They can definitely do that. Oh, yeah, this could be like a little taunt. Like, he has, like, a taunt attack or something. That could be pretty cool. Oh, he has a lot. Yeah, he has a lot here. Wrath God of Destruction. I mean, they'll give him some Beerus-like attacks. I mean, they're brothers, so... Yeah, I mean... If Xenoverse can do something, this game can do something of that as well. I mean, so... Where are they? Oh, yeah, right here. I'll put them right here just to signify the arcs. So... And obviously, Vados there, so... Okay, now we're going to Future Trunks Saga. Yeah, I already, I discussed this before. I don't understand. So, the impression I am getting here is that this Trunks in particular it's just gonna be just one transformation. They're gonna take whatever he did and it's like in that arc and just put it into one form, from my understanding. But then, like, for base Trunks, I see that they also added moves. So I think did they show the screenshot? Yeah, like this shot right here, they got this. I think the move it was from thing. Let me see the trailer. Let me see. They showed it off. Yeah, like, cause didn't the other Trunks did that too? Like the normal sword. Let me see. Is it here? Yeah, he did that. He also did that like in the movie of Andrew 13. I could have sworn they had the same shot. They had the same shot. Let me see. Hold up. I just wanna. Yeah, look. It seems like there are kind of I mean, it was kind of bound to happen, but it seems to me they're kind of like recite. Not, I mean, again, with customization being taken into account, I don't really care, but I just want to point that out. Yeah, like it's very similar. It is very, very similar. So I mean, like, why can't they do the same thing? Like, why can't? I mean, not the, what am I saying? Yeah, I actually did find that very surprising. Oh yeah, but what I did say in the last prediction video is like, if this Trunks in particular has like the sort of hope thing, because the one thing that they forgot to apply is this move right here. Let me just find it. It's this one right here. Yeah, they have to. This move has to be in the game. This move has, like, they can't ignore this. They cannot ignore it. It's iconic. Again, maybe it didn't really do much here, like, effectively, but it was important. Actually, it didn't do it enough. Yeah, it actually did a lot. Yeah, it nullified this attack. What am I saying? Dragon Ball fans didn't watch the series. I'm kidding. But, I mean, dude, even the Dokkan battle, for example, I mean, it is a very, very important move. And it was definitely a touching moment for both Vegeta and Trunks. Catching up, having a little father and son bonding right here. They're not going to ignore this move. But the question is, like, what form will they apply this into? Because I remember, like, in the demo, Greater Vegeta, he had, like, 3 different ultimate attacks. I remember that I don't have the videos, but I remember there was, like, 3 different attacks he was with. Unless I'm looking at the wrong footage, I remember that. And again, maybe it is part of his moveset, but something tells me that they maybe not kind of hiding something. I don't know. This all this is just very confusing. But but I'm just at the worst case scenario. It's just probably just another ultimate attack you can customize, replace it with Sword of Hope. But I mean, who knows? I'll hold it off for now. I'll hold it off for now. Okay, now you turn him into power. I did make a video ranting about him, but I'm still staying on my heel. If they bothered doing Ultra, and I understand he's Goku. I understand Goku is like the face of the company. He's the poster boy. He is Goku, and the scenes are iconic enough. I get it. How are you gonna tell me? How are you gonna tell me they can bother doing 2 Ultra Instincts, but they couldn't bother adding another form for Vegeta? I get it. you know what, save a slot. Let's give space for other characters that deserve it even better. But it's like Vegeta deserves it. Like Vegeta absolutely deserves it to have a form, because we're not gonna see Ultra Ego or manga characters till like freaking 10 years from now. I don't think it's impossible, but it's just like we're not gonna see that anytime soon. So it's like you gotta do my boy Vegeta justice. I don't care what anybody says. I know this is kind of me going into like opinion territory, but you gotta give my boy justice. And again, I feel like another reason to support it is like Topo, for example. Maybe they're holding off a trailer where they showed off Evolution Blue Vegeta fighting God Topo. I mean, it just makes too much sense. They're not gonna ignore that fight. That fight was definitely important. Let me just I kind of want to look at the gallery shots real quick. I just want to ask a reference. So let me see. I mean, yeah, there's clearly a lot God Topo did in the anime. Like, bro, guy just absolutely devious. Just look at this, man. They're not gonna ignore this, bro. They're not gonna ignore this freaking fight, it form whatsoever, and this was an important fight too. There's no way you're gonna tell me they're gonna leverage this as a freaking 10-second power up. You can't convince me. I know it sounds like I'm coping, but you can't convince me of that. There's no way. Way too big for them to ignore. But again, that's just enough of me ranting. Obviously, God Topo is gonna be in the game. I firmly believe Evolution Blue. Can't even speak English. Evolution Blue Vegeta will be in the game. I don't care. I'm staying on my heel on that. Whatever you want to say, just leave it to the comments. Yeah, I think she's just gonna be a skin, to be honest. These two, they work together as a team, but individually they don't really have much to provide. Castle is like an underrated character. I think he possibly could, but I'm not gonna hold too much weight on that. I think that after Champa, these two characters definitely have the best, like Bellman and Margarita. I think they definitely have the best odds, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay, Bergama's brothers. Another easy one. If they bother doing Rosie and Kankuza, they can bother with Bergama's brothers, and then Mono's already in the game. They can. It's just, it just makes too much sense. It makes way too much sense from just looking at it, I think Ganos has maybe some chances, but I mean that again. Them creating original movesets for characters, it's not an impossible thing. I think it's something more easier for like kind of like the bigger, more well-known characters, but for some of the obscure ones, I mean, things can get really dicey. I mean, who really knows? I'm gonna hold them off for now. But yeah. When it comes to Anilaza, I mean Casserole, yeah, they're from the same universe. They can bother with this guy. This guy has a lot of screen time. I said this many times. Let me actually let me. Oh, his name. Wait, what? Oh, Kato. I always get the name wrong. Yeah, because it's Kato Pesla. I get confused. Again, I said this before. This guy had many fights in the anime. He has that gimmick that I understand his moveset is not crazy, but he has like this gimmick thing they can do for his blast one. Obviously a lot of screen time here. Yeah, I mean, just look at if they can do a whole gallery sequence for this guy, they can add him in the game, bro. They can. It just makes too much sense. Yeah, that's just that's just a lot right now. I mean, he was in Heroes, he was in Dokkan. I mean, what can I say? Hold on, let me just double check real quick. Yeah, Andy Glaza is from Universe 3, so yeah, I mean, it does give a little bit more credibility where it's due. Actually, let me look at the terminal power. So, where's Universe 3? Or yeah, yep, they're from the same team. They're gonna make it. This guy's definitely gonna make it. I'm betting on it. You know, the screen time thing. These three is just gonna be his last one. Now, I am curious about his ultimate one. Maybe it could be a transformation, but I just don't see it. I could see it kind of like you rolling the dice, or just depends like how much health you have, or some sort of like I don't know. They can definitely come up with this. This is very easy to implement in the game. It's just how though. That's what I'm saying. Actually, let me look at the other Tournament of Power characters because, yeah, I mean all of these three are already confirmed. Yeah, no way. These, I mean, maybe this guy, maybe. This one, it has an argument, but I just don't know. Actually, let me take a look at his moveset real quick. I just wanna. Yeah, nothing really too crazy here. Nothing really too crazy here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Magic Kajo, I actually think this guy maybe has some chances. Oh yeah, this is cool. So yeah, he has like the shifting attack thing. So yeah, so what I think they can probably do for this guy, I mean, there's a lot of potential. Make some of his attacks like morphing. Like it's just, you know how fun that is. Like making his attack like a giant freaking hammer, or yeah, he did like that giant fist attack. Yeah, like this shot right here. Hold up, is there like let me see. He did like this giant fist attack. I remember. Yeah, but look right here. I feel like that's something they can easily. Yeah, this could be like a guy character thing, bro. This is really cool. Yeah, I think this guy maybe has some chances. Like this gimmick right here. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Kind of having like a little restraint effect on your opponents, constricting. I don't know. I would argue this guy has some good chances here. But if he was playable, I would assume it's just like this form in particular, because this is the one that it seems like the one that he uses a lot, and it's kind of the one that they'll probably go for, and when in terms of like realistic sizes, because they're not gonna do his tiny form, they're not gonna do his gooey state. It's just this form right here. He's been using this one. But I wouldn't add him yet. I will not add him yet. But let's actually go to the characters. So we are. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 20. Oh shit. I mean, I always keep screwing up in my videos. 138. So 138 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 138 plus 7 is 145. 145 minus 164. We have 19 slots left. Damn, that's crazy. That is actually crazy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now I think it's definitely a good time to discuss about original Dragon Ball. So, yeah, I mean, out of all original Dragon, I mean, yeah, he was shown in like the screenshot thing, and let me see if I have the tweet right here. I think I have the tweet. Do I? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. This is the Gogeta one. It's not. Wait, I had the screenshot. I had the screenshot. No, it's not this one. There was this like. Oh yeah, this one right here. Yeah, this one right here. So, beyond just like the whole gallery thing you want to say, like if you don't believe that, whatever, it's fine, it's your opinion. It's like you have to take into account the tournament announcer right here. The tournament announcer, like, he's definitely one of like the goats. If they bother doing his other design, like his, because this design in particular is that one that he had from original Dragon Ball. If you want any other evidence, I can search it up right here. Because if you look at original Dragon Ball, he did not have like a mustache, and he had the little bang. No way you're gonna tell me like a video game they're gonna bother adding two different designs, because for all intents and purposes they could have just went with the generic design from Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's not generic, but you get what I'm trying to say. So I feel like this just gives more credibility that we are gonna see OG Dragon Ball in the game. I don't think they're gonna have enough focus, because realistically speaking, if you really want to make original Dragon Ball faithful, like like, and you know, and also like show off the story. You're gonna have to adding a lot of characters. Um, Let me just go back to the tier list because like, no way these guys are gonna be playable. They're just gonna focus on like, like it's gonna be Kid Goku, King Piccolo. At the bare minimum, it's just gonna be those two. But the other ones, Mercenary Tao is definitely another one that's very easy for them to add in the game. I do want to add Devilman. I think Devilman is definitely this other gimmick character. No, I would say that I added Devilman because of Jairobi. Because think of Devilman, it's like the Devilmite Beam. It's like very let me just find it right here. Let me find it right here. Like he was playable in Tenkaichi 3. Like I feel like this just can really be fun to add into the game. It's just the actually, yeah, now that I think about it, I'm gonna hold him off for now. I'm gonna hold him off for now. Actually, let me look at Mercenary Tao because it's Mercenary Tao. So I mean, yeah, his base form is gonna be in the game, but I wonder if his cyborg version, if that is gonna become his skin, or is it just gonna be a separate character? That's definitely something I'm wondering here. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much crazy stuff here. Just Super Dornan Wave. This. Let me see. Let me just look at the gallery real quick. Let me just see as a reference. Cause yeah, the cyber was for the I think this is the 23rd Budokan Tenkaichi. Then the he also did show. Oh yeah, he did show up in like in the filler. Yeah, he did show up in the filler. I think there's definitely some argument to be said about this character here, because they can give him like some like the little sword attack thing here. Let me just find it. Yeah, they can definitely do something with that. They can implement that to his character. I mean, I think they did that. I haven't played him in Tenkaichi 3, but it's just a very obvious one they can add into the game. Oh yeah, General Blue. Yeah, that Sony Trait League. Yeah, General Blue. It's just another obvious one they can add in. Yeah, they always skip Team Goku in my junior. Unfortunately enough, Arel is kind of a wild card here because she did also show up in Dragon Ball Super. She had like her episode, like, but it was a filler episode. But she did also make a cameo. I mean, this one can really go either direction, to be completely honest with you. But she's just a really wild card, you know. Yeah, I don't know about Pillar Machine Drama. I don't have much thoughts. Nah, I like Grandpa Gohan maybe, but I don't think he really has much to provide to the table. Let me just look at his moveset real quick. Grandpa Gohan. So, I mean, yeah, these sort of schools. I mean, they can probably add these. Granted that, but yeah, I think Android did. Let me see Android did real quick. Cause yeah, they were also playable. They were playable in Tenkaichi 3. But obviously some characters are just bound to be skipped, so self-destruction, Android bomb. Yeah, this could be like his rush attack thing. Eater attack. Risky enough for a front. Yeah, because like I really hate how original Dragon Ball just been handled. They just always skimp on this bunch. But with what ifs taken into account, I feel like this guy could maybe have some chances. Who knows? If I had to take a guess, I would definitely say he probably would. But we can swap it around real quick. Great Apes are definitely also another wild card because again, What Ifs is definitely coming back, and I feel like this is just one of the easiest things. Now they did like this What If storyline. Like I know in Universe, like it's a time travel game. They have done like Great Ape Nappa, for example. I could see like a hypothetical. Again, we just don't know how they're probably gonna handle it. But one thing I do wonder is like how deep are these what ifs are going to be, because obviously one what if is like, oh, what if Nappa and also turn into Great Ape alongside Vegeta, and they do like a kind of a Great Ape just duo battle or something. But again, this one can really go either direction. And the problem with Great Apes, right, is that they're not gonna have like a unique move set. So it's like, yeah, that's what really kind of holds it back a little bit, you know. But it's just something to take into account. Yeah, I think Namek Saga. Yeah, I think Namek Saga out of all of them is definitely has to be Sui. Especially for that the little dirty fireworks scene, and like all the Lord Frieza attack he did. Yeah, he'll make it. He was played by the Ranger Blast too as well. So Nell. So Nell. Let me just look at Nell real quick. Because Nell's like another other character that he was just there for like this, like a couple moments here and there, and then just kind of. Well, he's not dead, but you know. So let me see. Yeah, they can do Mystic Flasher. Yeah, this can be another attack they can probably do. Yeah, I mean full power energy wave. Yeah, they always love to do like these little generic attacks. Unfortunately, I mean I would say no will be in the game realistically speaking. You know, I mean if they bother doing Spopovich, they can bother with doing no. You know. Okay. So originally I was not gonna consider like the Frieza soldiers, but another reason why I think there would even just at least one of them will be in the game is simply because of Bardock. So the thing with Bardock, you have to take into account. Let me just go to. So let me go to the galleries real quick. So here's the thing about Bardock, right? In the anime, in the original manga, we this is the specific Bardock design they go for. Remember, there's no scouter to be shown off. It's just his armor is just not completely broken, but it's obviously he has a lot of battle damage, and as well as in the anime. It wasn't until further Goku that we do see Bardock with like a just an unscathed like battle armor and also like a scouter. And guess what happens to be the case? We see Bardock here with a scouter. So the impression I am getting here is that, and I know that in Dragon Ball Super Broly they didn't really show too much of it because they kind of just skimped over it. I have feelings to believe they'll kind of take into account like Father Goku and try to like implement it into the game. I think that's kind of like my theory. And obviously, one thing about that's very important about that movie is like he was just fighting against Frieza, like that whole like supernova. I mean, it doesn't show right here, but like you see, like all those like Frieza soldiers. Like I know, like in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, they did that. I could definitely see like a storyline where you have to fight like a lot of Frieza. It's just gonna be like Bardock versus like five of Frieza soldiers. I can definitely see that being into the game. So that's the question, though. Yeah, actually, because the thing is, appeal. Let me see appeal real quick. Yeah, appeal doesn't really have like any unique attacks, but he's just one of those characters that's just there to serve as filler. But it's just like it's really confusing as to how they're gonna implement that. I mean, they could probably do it in a way where they just put these guys into just one character, just merge into one character if they do that. But who knows? If we're gonna lowball it, you know they're gonna add in more. I guess this is probably the case, but who knows? Um, yeah, the only ones we're missing from the Android saga is just Mecha Frieza and King Cold. They're gonna be in the game. It's just another very obvious one here, you know. Yeah, King Cole. They're not gonna ignore those characters. Um. Okay. What? Okay. Now let's go for the Buu saga. Because when it comes to the Buu saga, Evil Buu is definitely this very kind of an interesting case because he only shows up for like less than half an episode, but it was definitely an important part. Now the way I view Evil Buu is kind of just in the same tier as Mecha Frieza. Again, they both showed up for probably just for a short while, and then they kind of just outlived their purpose. So they just kind of, I mean, Mega Frieza died, and then this guy just became Super Buu. I mean, there were kind of both definitely important moments within their respective arcs. So I just don't see how they're gonna ignore. Not they can probably make this guy into a skin, but I just don't see that. You know. Yeah, I'm really unsure how they're gonna do Supreme Kai because Supreme Kai is the only character in the game that fuses with like actually fusing with another person. Unless they can get away with it with like a little cutscene, but I don't think they're gonna do that this time around. Cause I mean, he did show up in Dragon Ball Super. Let me just see, look at his moveset real quick. Let me go to the gallery. Yeah, he wasn't obviously important in the Buu saga, so yeah, he also showed up in Dragon Ball Super, and he's also in Dragon Ball Daima as well. I mean, Dragon Ball Super, he didn't really do much per se. Let me see. There was this one, yeah, like this. I mean, only this, I guess, but again, this can really go either direction, to be honest. Because I don't think he's the issue here. I think the issue here is just Kibito Kai. Hmm. Let's say they actually can do just add him in the game, but they just say fuck it, we're not gonna do Kibito Kai or something. Who knows? Um, Bobbity is also this important character, but I just don't see how he'll be a playable character. Yeah, he was playable before, but the thing is, you have to consider like it was back in the day, and obviously, 2007 that was a whole different time of gaming. It was very very different as to how it was today. Because his moveset, it just largely depends on just him summoning his goons to fight over him. Like, look at this attack in particular. Where's like this attack he just calls Hui right here. This other one he just calls this other one Yakon to fight for him. He doesn't really fight, you know. And he's not like this guy character where they can have to get away with doing like these but I don't know. If this one can really go either I don't know. I just don't see Bobbity being a playable character. I just don't see it. These three, I think all of other ones, Tagama, I think this guy could probably be a skin for Ginyu, but I don't know. This guy doesn't have like too much I can say. I mean, yeah, he did train with Frieza. He did a couple fights in here and there, but nothing really, crazy, So, I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Yeah, Frost is the one that's definitely very, Actually, how are we doing right now? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's actually jot up this check. 6. Then, where's the tier list? Then you have to do 22. Okay, so yeah, 4 slots left, y'all. 4 slots left. That's actually crazy. So, who could possibly be the other playable characters? Oh yeah, Bergamo. Yeah, I think he's definitely a safe bet. He says he should be a safe bet to be in the game. I mean, he only went giant once. Okay, actually, the thing about him turning into a giant is that he doesn't really transform into a giant. The way it works as a giant is that he absorbs attacks and he uses that attack to increase his size. So it's like, how I don't think that would be. I don't know. That's gonna be very tricky to implement in the game, though. I really do wonder that. Hmm. This one is. That's a very interesting case here. This one is a very interesting case. Very arguable. Yeah, this can go either direction, honestly. Uh, Let me see what does Chilai can what can Chilai do? Because I don't know if it's just gonna be Broly and Gogeta. Maybe that's why they didn't really mention too much about Super Broly because they didn't have much like. I mean they can. I mean never mind. Yeah, she only has like her like just laser shot. I mean, part of her moveset could just be like her summoning Broly to attack for her, I guess. But the thing about that is like, if they do that, why didn't they just add in just base Broly in the game? It would only just lead into controversy. It would be a very controversial decision for them to do. So yeah, I don't know. And Pyga doesn't really do shit, so yeah, these guys are gonna be DLC. Yeah, this is a very tricky, very tricky to add in the game. Let's say so. What if they do Super Saiyan 2 Future Trunks, but let's say they don't do it for this Trunks in particular, but they do it for the sword. Where's sword Trunks? Okay, so let me explain for Trunks here. This Trunks, if I go to, oh my god, this is the present one here. So if I go to gallery, let me just pull up. So yeah, in the manga and both of the anime, we clearly see him turn into Super Saiyan 2. But obviously, it seems to me that for a super version, they're just gonna skip that entirely. But what if they could kind of get away with it for his like this one? Because if you guys don't know, let me see. There was like this flashback scene. Okay, right here. So when Trunks was explaining how like he fought Dabura and this and that, and like story mode, I just I don't know. It just feels to me like this is probably what they'll do. And I think there's like also Dragon Ball Z Kakarot as well with having like Super Saiyan 2 Trunks storyline. Maybe that's probably how they handle that. Again, like Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, he transformed into that many times. It was important, here and there, but I just don't see how they're gonna ignore them. Wait, oh no, this is let me just go to Google here. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, Kakarot. Yeah, like this little storyline right here. I mean, what they? I mean, they have to. They have to. I mean, yeah, it was a flashback sequence in the anime, but it was stated both in the manga and anime as well. I mean, they can definitely. I mean, Kakarot. I mean, if Kakarot can explore further into that, why can't this game as well? And it doesn't even have to be that long, to be honest. It could just be kind of this one or two fights and that's it. That's really it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's probably why they're doing it, but who knows? Yeah, Race Trunks. It seems to me that it's just gonna be this Trunks right here. Unfortunately, that's the case. Very unfortunate. And again, this guy's in the box art, but it's just a very unfortunate how they're handling this guy. Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. So Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. So his Super Saiyan, I mean, that is gonna be in the game, no question about that. It's just like, how much will they do for a Super Saiyan 2 state? I mean, they could give him Vegeta moves like Final Flash, like as he did in the anime. They can easily do that. But the thing about his Super Saiyan 2 state is that he did that when he was fighting this character known as Mona. And to be completely honest, Mona is this one. This is definitely a character. I don't think he is gonna be in the base game. Maybe DLC, but in base game, I just don't see it. You know. She doesn't really. I mean, yeah, that gimmick here. I don't know. I just don't see how she'll be in the game. There's no way. Though he did win Super Saiyan 2 against Frieza, however. Let me just look at the galleries real quick because I just wanna look at it as a reference. Wait, did he win Super Saiyan 2 in the manga? Hold up. No, he did not. That's interesting. So, yeah, I mean, this one is just a very, very, very confusing one. I mean, they have to, don't they? Or maybe actually, let's think of it like this: Super Saiyan Kaba, right? It's in base Kaba, that's already filled out. His Super Saiyan 2, do what he did in the Tournament of Power, even if he was in Super Saiyan state. And like, I know in Dokkan Battle, they had like one of there was a card of him where he just summons Vegeta, and they do like this dual attack together. Let me actually search it up. Dokkan Wiki Kaba. Cause that's just like, I think it's that's Super Saiyan, but I'm just saying it's like they can probably do something like that, you know, like he summons Vegeta and they both do like a team attack together. I mean, they can probably do that, you know. So if I have to take a guess, I would definitely bet Super Saiyan 2 Kaba will win the game, and I think it's definitely further emphasized given the fact that for example, if they bother doing Kefla, her Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 2, they can definitely bother doing with Kaba. And again, it's understandable why they did that, what they did for Caulifla and Kel. But I feel like for Kaba, you gotta do him justice, man. You gotta do him justice because, look, she gets two forms. She gets two forms. Obviously, she gets one form. Kaba at least gets to have two, man. It's only fair. It's only fair. Yeah, so we're at, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 23 times 7 plus 1. So we have 2 slots left. Again, these two can really, but you know, every Dragon Ball game just loves to add appeal and Frieza Soldier. So I don't know, man. I do not know. Oh, yeah, Frost. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. I don't know much about this guy, to be honest. Let me just look at his moveset. I mean, he has quite a lot here, though, not gonna lie. Like, the Poison Shot, Death Bullet. Yeah, I mean, what is this, Dragon Throw? I mean, they can probably do the same thing like I said with Kaba. Just make it where his full power state. Just do whatever he did in the Tournament of Power and just do it there. Maybe they can do it that way, but I don't know. This one is very hard to say. Very difficult to say. So, oh yeah, Bardock. I did forget about Bardock right here. Oh yeah. So Bardock. Yeah, I think that his Super Saiyan state, yeah, this one is a very, very easy one for them to add. Maybe Grade 8, because the thing is, Bardock, let me just, let me find Bardock right here. Then if I go to Gallery right here, because remember, in the Father Son, this is where we specifically see Grade 8 Bardock right here. And anything that we see on screen, I think it's only fair game, you know. But, you know, they can probably skip that, to be honest. They'll probably just skip that. But, I mean, Super Saiyan Bardock, it's very easy. He has the same hair as Goku. They're not, it's not the hardest thing in the world, you know. Obviously, I'm not a game developer, but I just saying. Oh yeah, discussion of King Vegeta. So if you go to the recent trailer, actually, and somebody actually pointed it out. Let me actually go right here. So I think it's right here. He said it.
But I am the king.
Yeah, that is not Dabura's voice. Because Dabura, his voice was already mentioned right here. I think what's...
What a fool.
Yeah, you see, that's Dabura's voice. He has like the very, very deep voice.
Unfortunate.
This voice that we see right here, that is obviously not Dabura. That is not Dabura. That has to be King Vegeta. It sounds like kind of... Because who voices him? It sounds similar to like Vegeta's voice actor. Let me see. English, funny. Yeah, that's definitely King Vegeta. That is definitely King Vegeta. And we did see him in Dragon Ball Super Broly too. So, yeah, Execution Beam, Orga Blaster, Explosive Waves. They'll add that for sure. Yeah, King Vegeta. I'll just put him next to Bardock just to make it easier. So, how many slots we have left? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, was it 7? Okay, now, okay, reading some seat we're filled out. Okay, so when it comes to the Great Apes, not to say that it's impossible, but it's just like, yeah, so they're just gonna give them generic moves because there's, just look at this guy in particular. They're all just gonna give them I don't know how you pronounce this, Makohu. Yeah, they're not gonna bother giving them exclusive moves. There's no way. Let me look at Bardock just in case, real quick. Let me look at that. Yeah, you see this? Yeah, they're just gonna give them the same moves. Yeah, I mean, Fasha being a playable character, that is, I don't know, this one is hard to say. I see people saying Gogeta because of the this tweet right here. So if I go, I'll make a separate video discussing Gogeta. But just to lowball it in here, I don't see Gogeta being in the game because if Gogeta is actually in the game, then they will have to do Pycom, you know, Janemba, you know, and I just don't see it. You know, I just don't see him in the game. I think he will be in the game eventually, but I don't think he's gonna be in the base game because, you know, they just want to make it. They just, you know, want to make money off you. Bandai just cares about making money off you. They know Gogeta is a very popular character, and obviously, you know, to kind of minimize and also maximize profits, you know, they're gonna that's probably how they're gonna do this DLC. Maybe if I do this, maybe Great Ape Bardock. Again, if we're lowballing here and they add these fodder characters. I think this is probably the realistic expectation of what we'll probably see. Yeah, I mean, and let's say they actually don't do Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. They'll probably do maybe Chi-Chi, but I'm putting my money on Devilman. But yeah, yeah, but let me know what you guys think of this prediction tier list. You notice I haven't mentioned GT because, you know, GT, if you really want to put in a lot of space, there's just not gonna be enough. There's just not gonna be enough, you know. And I know people say, oh, well, you can just add in Super Saiyan 4. Well, the thing is, Super Saiyan 4 is like the biggest money sellers. If you take away Super Saiyan 4 from GT, nobody's gonna. I mean, that's not really much. I mean, maybe Baby, maybe Shenron, but it's not comparable to like Super Saiyan 4s altogether, you know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I'll definitely do another one when we get like the next trailer. But yeah, let me know if there's definitely characters you disagree of the placement, characters you wish will be in the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys below. If you guys like the content you see, please consider subscribing. Dislike or like the video, and yeah, thanks guys for listening and listening to me yapping. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye.